Hi guys, I'm John Garage, and today I'm going to be going over my most minimalistic EDC pouch that I've been able to come with. And the idea of this, first of all, is that it will go alongside the nice Roxxon KS2 Elite, which is one of my favorite multi-tools, but it doesn't have pliers, it doesn't have like a corkscrew, it doesn't have, actually I think it has tweezers, but it doesn't have a toothpick, and there's just several things it's lacking that I would like to also have readily available to me in my pocket. And I've kind of gone through the whole song and dance of different pouches that I'd want to have with me. Like there's this big thing for camping, and there's this one that has kind of everything in it, and then there's this big beefy boy that I really only put in a backpack, or now that it's going to be getting colder, I can put it away in one of my nice deep coat pockets. But where I am now is I wanted something that I can slip easily into basketball shorts or something when I run to the store or a gas station or something like that. Like situations where I know I'm probably not going to need anything crazy, and if I do, I have a bunch of tools in my car that I can run and grab. This is just those real quick sort of like, I need to fix this thing or do that thing real fast, and just real fast and dirty type of repairs or fixes or whatever. So let's kind of jump into it. This is a cheap little pouch. It's Cosabate. Cosabate is about $10, and it was probably the slimmest kind of EDC pouch I could find. I believe it's meant more for wallets. You'll see why with the inside part, but let's start from the outside. Things I like to have on me is, I like to have pliers, I like to have some sort of cutting edge, I like to have can opener, bottle opener, I like to have a file, things like that, kind of just to prepare you for everyday sorts of things, not where you're, I gotta repair a car or something like that, but just those little situations that pop up where it's like you or someone or someone around you, a stranger even, is having an issue with something, and you can run in and save the day. It's just nice to be prepared, not only for yourself but for others. So first off, I have this nice Claris E5, which I was looking for a really slim flashlight, and this one pretty much fits the bill. I wouldn't call it my favorite flashlight, and I might be looking around for slimmer options, but the main thing, I don't like these ones that you gotta toggle through all the settings, because it goes to the moonlight mode. Well, I guess this one doesn't, but this one is kind of cool because in a pinch I can attach it to my shirt using the clip, because on the back, or the front of it, it has a front-facing light, so you can kind of toggle between that and the other, which is pretty nice and makes it a little more versatile than just a regular flashlight would be. So that just slips into this outer pocket thing. Then I also have a pen, because a pen is good to have. This is a little bulky. It's a Zebra short pen. It'd be cool to have one that was maybe a little slimmer to slide in here, but I figure, this thing's already taken up some space out here. Slipping this between that and the Swiss Army knife isn't really going to destroy the form factor. Speaking of, next up I have a Victorinox waiter, which only has, it's one layer deep. It has a multi can opener, bottle opener thing with a little flat head on the top. It's a nice little blade, which I've kind of subscribed to the rule of 2 blades is one blade is none. So it's just a backup thing. And then I have the corkscrew, just never know when you'll need that, that has a little mini kind of screwdriver for mainly glasses, the little screws that come on those that are just so tiny. So yeah, this slips here and doesn't take up much space. I was trying to mess around with putting the Victorinox Cadet, I want to say. Spartan. Might be the Spartan, actually. But it was just a little too thick to put in here. It just really like sticks out unless I want to just shove it in there. And I don't want to do that, you know. I'm trying to make this as convenient as possible for me and just the situations I come in. So this uses little button clasps. So we open it up. Let's take a look at what's inside. Oh, nothing really. Like I said, this is supposed to go along with the Roxxon KS2 Elite, which has a little, it's a file / Phillips screwdriver, but the cool thing is that using this little sleeve adapter thing that fits on like so, you can put on all sorts of different bits. There's an assortment of Phillips, Torx, and flatheads, and even a little nut one. So just pop that on and you kind of have an assortment for all the sorts of things you might run into throughout your day. So I can't say I use screwdrivers a ton, but it's one of those that when you need one, you like to have one. And I'm sure, honestly, this whole thing, it's always configurable, and as I keep using things and figuring out what I need and don't need, I can add or subtract things. So with this, I might realize all I really need is this Phillips. It handles most things, and then there's another tool on here that can get my flathead purposes. It's also a can and bottle opener, but I might not need the Torx bits and all these crazy things. We'll see. But as of right now, it's such a slim thing, I can just slip it in here and it's no big deal. Back in this pouch, where I assume they meant for you know, credit cards and cash and your ID and stuff to go into, well, I put just a couple different medications. There's ibuprofen, there's extra strength acetaminophen, and a little Benadryl, which funny came in handy. Oh, I went out camping with some friends and I got bit on my lip, or not bit, but stung by a bee. I was trying to take a drink out of my nice can of Leinenkugels or something, and I guess there was a bee attracted to the sweetness of it, and it came out and it got me pretty good. And I was like, oh, I have just the thing for this, and I went and got my little pouch of Benadryl and took it, and my face didn't balloon up or anything like that. My lip got a little bit swollen, but I imagine it would have gotten a lot worse if not for my precious EDC pouch. Moving along, I also have a couple alcohol pads in here. I imagine these are just for, I got my hands gunky and want to clean them off, or just, you know, there's a cut and I want to disinfect it real quick. I have a couple Band-Aids in there. I have a packet of first aid burn cream, which, I mean, how often are you just gonna go out and get burned? But it's yeah, it has some lidocaine in it, so you can use it to numb things. Like, it might even work on a cut. Then I just also have a couple pieces of folded up paper, because I don't really find a use for the big ol' journal type things like that. It immediately means your pouch has to take up that much, you know, length and width. So a couple pieces of paper, that's great. I'm just now realizing it'd be nice to add some sort of adhesive to this whole thing, like wrap some tape around something, because in my mind it's like, you know, let's say I ding a car or something, I want to leave a note. I don't want to sit there waiting for the owner all day. I could just jot down my information on this and tape it to their car or something and good to go. But yeah, so I'll probably go back to this and reconfigure it because it's all out of order now. But I like this pouch because it's endlessly, as I said, configurable. If I don't want to take the Roxxon out, I can also, for instance, get this out of here, pop in the nice Next Tool Mini Sailor 11 Pro or whatever it's called now, and which gives me pliers and a bunch of other functions that would normally be taken up with this. And then with that, basically that covers everything. If I'm carrying like a folding knife or something, that's good. If I'm carrying a Swiss Army knife, that's probably even better because it just really expands everything I want to do. I could probably, if I was carrying something like this, which is the Swiss Army Handyman, I could get this thing out of here again and be good to go. And then it'd be really slim. And that's the thing that I kind of like about this pouch, is that you can't really pack a ton in it, which if you're like me, you keep throwing stuff in until all the space is filled up. And so with something like this, you really can't keep adding and adding and adding, unlike this where it's two different sides just full of stuff. How often I'll need it, and then there's more on the back. I think it's really cool to have, but something like this is just a lot more convenient to throw in my pocket and take with me. The other one, I can only use it, 4 months out of the year or so, because I don't like really carrying backpacks around that much. So yeah, there's just a variety of different things you can do. If you're carrying a Leatherman or something like that has the little flat bit driver, you can slip a thing of bits into the pocket. These are the Next Tool branded ones. But yeah, this fits back here, and this is pretty slim. And then, you could take this out with you and you have that covered. Or, okay, you want to take the little Next Tool E1, which has the same bit driver attached to it. Well, you can pop in pliers there. So it's a little more crammed doing that, but I mean, that way you can still have everything you need. Just makes it a little bit thicker. But yeah, so that's been enjoyable, kind of trying to reduce the amount of stuff I have, but still have basically full functionality for whatever I want to do. And I feel like getting something like this helps keep you away from, the very alluring rabbit hole of, I'm just gonna stuff all this stuff in here because who knows when I need it. It's like, you just gotta look at what you actually need. And I mean, honestly, I don't use pliers a ton, but when I do need them, they really come in handy. So I try to have them when I can. Same thing with screwdrivers. So, and if nothing else, it's because around the house there might be this thing that, oh, I could fix it now, or I gotta go down and grab my tool bag to fix it. I'd rather just fix it then and there, because if I don't do it, it might slip my mind. I might be like, I don't feel like it. Having tools on you just makes it easy to kind of do things along the way as you're going through life. So yeah, I'll put a link to this in the description if you want to check it out. If you enjoyed the video, I invite you to please like and subscribe. It's a great help, and it's just fun to see my channel continue to grow and see people interact, in the comment section, and just, in any way they do. I love it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned. Goodbye.